What's going on, guys? I hope you guys had a good week. I know you missed me this week. I know we didn't do videos, but we're back with a bang here, and there'll be videos coming out. We have some news that will be coming out over the next couple of months. But without further ado, let's jump into this. And look what finally came in. These are axolotls, and today we're going to be doing an axolotl care guide. These guys have been so requested, and anymore they're so hard to come by because a lot of the breeders have stopped breeding, and these guys are pretty well extinct in the wild. Now, if you don't know, guys, I'm James, and you're watching Blue Dog Aquatics. So let's jump into this. But first, subscribe, share. You guys are amazing, and this channel is growing each and every day thanks to each and every one of you, and I want to say thank you. So let's keep growing it, let's keep doing it, and let's hit the road. All right, so these guys originally come from Mexico City. Like I said, they are pretty well extinct, and it's crazy because in the wild, they live in mucky, marshy type rivers. But in captivity, they're little princesses that don't like dirty water. They don't like fluctuation in temperature, and they're so sensitive. So what we're gonna do, so a little bit about what we're doing right now is we're actually drip acclimating. So we already floated them in the bags they came in this morning. And drip acclimation is slowly introducing the water from the tank into the water that they came in. Now, when these guys are done, we will not introduce this water because it's a mixture of the two waters. We'll actually net them out and put them in. But you can see we got the drip going on there. Typically, it's one to two drips a second. But yeah, this is the 20 long that they will be going into. A little bit about this tank. This is a very well-established tank. Now, some things with the axolotls, because they are scaleless, they don't have anything to protect their body. You want to make sure that they can't hurt themselves on anything. We have sand on the bottom. Now you can do Australian sand, you can do bare bottom tanks. Actually, a lot of people do bare bottom tanks, or you could do smooth river rocks. You notice the big rocks in there are smooth river rocks. They're just large. And that's so that the axolotls can't hurt themselves. Another thing too is the plants should be broad leaves, no sharp edged plants, because I have seen them cut themselves, unfortunately, and it doesn't end well. Axolotls are fully aquatic air breathers. They actually do have lungs that allows them to hold their breath underwater. So you'll notice that they'll come up, they'll take a gulp, they'll go all the way back down, hang out, and they'll be down there for a while, and then they'll shoot back up. Now, you can see that there's different types of axolotls. There's wild types, also known as melanistics. Those are the black ones. You have leucistics, which are the white ones. You have GFPs, are also known as the glow axolotls. Those ones are green or light. And then you have coppers, you have starburst. I mean, there's so many different types. Now, tank size, how big of a tank should you have? Now, axolotls should be, so if they were this size, these are just little ones. They could be in a 10-gallon temporarily. We're putting them in a 20 long because, and I know there's a lot of them, but this is a lot of square footage for them, just being babies. If they do grow out and stay here for a long period of times, they'll be split. We actually have 3 different tanks that are destined for axolotls. They're specifically designed for axolotls when we do have them in. Now, as adults, so if you had a pair of axolotls, you would want to do like a 40-gallon tank for 2 of them. They are pretty active, especially as babies. As adults, they're somewhat active, but I find that they're pretty lazy. Diet for them is really not that complicated. You can feed them bloodworms, you can feed them a little bit of brine, but their main diet is earthworms. And depending on their age dictates how big the earthworms. For axolotls this size, we feed red earthworms just because they're smaller. A little trick is we will actually hold the earthworm under cold water. That removes a lot of the slime and dirt and all that. And then it also causes them to stretch out. Then what I do when they're stretched out is I cut them up in fourths. And then I feed pieces to the axolotls. Now, if you try to feed a full-size earthworm to an axolotl this size, it could choke, it'll spit it out, it just won't eat. Adults can choke down jumbo earthworms, but I still like to at least cut them in half. That way I can do little meals. I've fed these guys a million times, and when I feed them earthworms by tongs, it still scares the crap out of me because they're just like really fast. And it's like, oh my God. The big issue with these guys is their temp of their water. Now, the reason the temp is so sensitive, these guys are scaleless. They should be between 60 and 70 degrees. And then from that, if it gets above 70, they start developing skin rashes. It's hard to see on the melanistics, but you can see it on the leucistics and the GFPs. But it's, yeah, typically about 70 to 75. I noticed about 73 to 75 is they'll start developing rashes, and if it gets up in the 80s, it can actually be fatal for these kids. So, and we don't want that. And then last but not least, guys, is the price point. It varies on the different axolotls. They're anywhere between 30 and 200 bucks, depending on what they are. Some of the rare ones, like the Starburst, are up in the $150 to $200 range, just because they're rarer. But most of these kids will sell for about 30 to 50 bucks, so not bad at all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and we will see you guys next time.